Hello, I'm Susie Nightingale and I'm here for the Perfume Society unboxing the Dream Sense Discovery Box. I love the colours on this and I think it really evokes the sort of swirling, mystical mysteriousness of the scents within. There's a great balance between freshness, excitement and still that snuggleability, if that's a word, I don't think it is, in the fragrance types that we're looking for at this time of year. I know that I am. On the back of each box you get a lovely description of all the fragrances so that you can pop that in front of you while you're smelling them, but also hopefully you'll get something out of this video. What we really want you to do is try it on your own skin, which is the joy of having these trial sizes at home. So you really get to experience it properly. You also get your lovely card with again a little description about what we think this box has been put together for. So there's a gorgeous quote here by Anne Nin. Throw your dreams into space like a kite and you do not know what it will bring back. A new life, a new friend, a new love, a new country. I adore that quote and I think it really conveys the experience of trying a new fragrance and the joy that can bring you, how it can make you dream, how it can make you take yourself out of whatever experience you're in currently, wherever you are in the world, and it will allow you to imagine better times, brighter things. Talking of which, we have a duo of the Maison Francis Kurkdjian Gentle Fluidity fragrances. Now, Francis Kurkdjian, genius perfumer, one of the best perfumers in the world, in my opinion. And to show this, to prove this, as though he needs to, we've got gold and silver, which you can identify by the tops of the boxes there, using the same ingredients, but in completely different ways. You would not know these are the same ingredients. The silver one is cool and mysterious. It's slightly misty. It's like very early morning to me. It's like that sort of cold light that you get at dawn. And it is silvery. I mean, it smells like the colour silver. That's the alchemy of perfume, isn't it? And there's a freshness to it. Whereas the gold one, let me spray that as well. Oh, completely different. This is a real snuggleability scent, snuggleable. And one you want to burrow your nose into because it's warm, it is golden. It's like gold velvet. Whereas the other one is much cooler. It's definitely more metallic smelling or a smooth surface. Whereas I would say the gold one is, yes, softer, warmer. And if we read on the box, as you can do. So in the Gentle Fluidity Gold, you've got the coriander seed, an overdose of musks and vanilla. You've got the same thing within the silver one, but putting these together, I put them on, one on each wrist or one on each hand and smell them. You would never know they're the same ingredients. Absolute genius. And whether you like them both or you have a preference, you can discover in this box. Now, another thing I'm dreaming of is parties again. I don't know about you. I am absolutely not ready to put on high-heeled shoes again. I don't think I have been for the last decade, to be quite honest with you. But Juliet Has a Gun Lipstick Fever is a party in a bottle. It's glamour. It's getting ready for a night out, going out again, which hopefully some of us are starting to do again. Being with friends, laughter, drinking cocktails, being somewhere glamorous, feeling like, yes, I'm living my life to the best here. And this is just, it reminds me of the smell of sort of vintage lipsticks and makeup and glamorous pots on a dressing table. And it's sort of the smell of a Hollywood starlet in the 1930s to me, although it doesn't smell vintage. And let's see what they say about this one, because it is just absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so violet, absolute. Iris, raspberry, woody notes of patchouli and cedarwood. And violet and raspberry often used, and iris are often used in lipstick scents. So it is that smell, it's that sort of makeup-y scent. I'm going to put this on my neck because I just adore it. Oh, it's just beautiful. It feels frivolous. And isn't that wonderful? Frivolity, frolicking, fun, all those lovely words. And this fragrance will help you feel that way. So another one I adore is the Atelier Materi Cacao Porcellina, or Porcellina. So it's white chocolate basically. And this isn't the kind of white chocolate that you think of in confectionery shops. It's actually white cacao beans, which is a very rare ancient form of cacao. And that's sort of raw chocolate before it's chocolate. I'm gonna find another place on my body to spray this because it is delicious. I mean, you just, talking about snuggling, you just want to get closer to the, you want to lick your own arm, in fact. It is delicious. It is not overly sweet. If you don't like gourmand fragrances, do not be scared of it. I think this is something, perhaps, yeah, if you hate chocolatey fragrances, you wouldn't look at this, you wouldn't necessarily pick it up. That's what's genius about this box. It's here, it's for you to try, and I think so many of you are going to fall head over heels for that fragrance. Atelier Materi, a brilliant, brilliant brand. Another amazing niche fragrance house is Maison Crivelli, and we've got the Iris Malakam and the Santal Volcanique in here for you. Now, they specialise in taking ingredients that you think you know and putting their own twist on them, making them really contemporary, really modern, doing something different with them. Let me try the Santal Volcanique first, actually, because this is, it's got lime and ginger running through it. Now, I often think of sandalwood, and I love sandalwood, as being very creamy, very smooth, very rich. It's often mixed with spices or patchouli or rose or something like that. Whereas this one, and what an amazing size, by the way, you can try it loads. I'm going to put this on the other side of my neck. I always advise people not to put 20 fragrances on, but I always do it myself, so just break the rules. Oh, it's much drier than your average sandalwood, I would say. This would be perfect in summer as well, in a really warm climate, whereas some sandalwoods I feel are much more wintry based. This is moving into that fresher time of year, those sort of cold, bright days, which I think is one of my favourite weather types, actually, where you can still snuggle in a sort of cashmere scarf and coat, but it's bright and you're sort of kicking your heels up walking through the park. Beautiful. The Iris, another stunning, really contemporary take on Iris, which, as I say, can often be lipsticky and glamorous. And here it's like spring personified. It's like a walk through a bluebell wood. It's got this sort of galbanum, sappy, spring-like freshness that just brings me joy. It feels like being outside. It's like the sort of green of fresh leaves just budding and then unfurling, and you feel like, yes, life is going on. The world is moving on, the seasons are moving on, and there's hope to be had. Adore it. The last one, talking of spring, it's Creed, and this is their beautiful spring flower. Now, let's see what it says on the box about this, because I've only tried this for the first time recently, and it's beautiful. So yeah, it's green notes with succulent peach, apricot, melon and apple, which I think is such a fascinating combination. You really get the apple from the get-go, crisp, green, juiciness. All of these fragrances work perfectly on male and female, whatever your gender, it doesn't matter. And I think you would think of spring flower as being more a traditionally female fragrance, but this could definitely be worn by a man. It's so fresh, it's so zingy. It's like sunshine in a bottle, that spring sunshine, the joy that we all so desperately need right now.